Oh, hey, it's actually working. Okay, so I just wanted to talk for a moment about the seat of witness consciousness. I have been working on being more aware of the energies and the feelings going on. What was I going to say? Anyway, yeah, so catching myself, or catching not myself, but catching it, like just noticing it when my energy shifts. I do this kind of weird thing where, we all get lost in thought, right? We all get, we all have worries or whatever happens, or I don't know about you guys, but and I don't just, there's for me. A lot of them are memories, a lot of them are bad memories, or memories that are associated with emotions that I don't like feeling. And they come back very strongly, and I end up saying things out loud that maybe I hadn't intended. I look a little crazy. But yeah, and it's really generally self-soothing things, just saying things like, it's okay. Like it's a little crazy. Yeah, I tell myself it's okay, and I tell myself I don't care, and it just comes out of my mouth. And I realize it after it's come out of my mouth that I'm saying it, or in the middle of it. And it's not something I'm that happy that I do, because it does look a little crazy. I don't see other people doing it, except for the weird people on the street that are like walking on the street like, no. Like, that's the stuff I do. Oh, okay. And any thought that I'm having, I generally have a look on my face that reflects whatever it is I'm feeling. Anyway, I would like to have the wherewithal to recognize the emotion and relax, right? Recognize what it is that I'm feeling and relax and release. One of the things that I've been listening to Michael Singer again lately, and the things that keeps coming up whenever I listen to him is this sort of idea of being aware of these things that are going on, but also my brain just slips in and out of, oh, that looks great, of what it's thinking all the time. I'm gonna stop. Let's think. Yeah, so yeah, but also it's not like a matter of trying to control your emotions or trying to control your thoughts. It's just a matter of witnessing them, seeing that they're there, and being okay with the fact that they're there, like a storm kind of blowing through. And he's been using metaphors. It's the same metaphors he's been using. I've listened to this a couple of times, but what's striking me recently are these metaphors he's been talking about as far as observing is concerned. And one of the things that I listened to the other day was talking about how, sorry, there's like 5 thoughts that just came to me. Let's pick one. Just pick one of them. Well, one of the things he talks about is like how, it feels like it's hard to notice these things, right? Like, and that you sit there and you're like, okay, now I'm like, if you're trying to focus on your emotions and focus on what it is that you're feeling, you might sit there and be like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Where is it? Look, you're trying to find it. You're trying to look for it. And that in itself just shows that that's not what you're doing. You haven't found it. You aren't observing it. And he obviously compares it to our other senses, being able to see something. Like, are we thinking about, can I see that? Can I see that? Can I see that? No, we don't have to think about that. It automatically comes in. Although, a lot of times, one of the things that we do when we see something is we have our own little narrative and we have our thoughts about it, right? Whereas we're not very often in the moment and very often allowing ourselves just to see or feel or whatever without having a commentary in our brain about it. And that's an interesting thing that I'm not going to go on right now because I wanted to talk about something different. So we're not going to go down that thought path. We're going to come back to where I was. Okay, so I was talking about seeing the things, right? Okay, so one of the metaphors he's used is like the idea of a rock being thrown into a pond. And you know, your psyche and your energy or whatever is the pond, and it's, you know, let's just say it's relatively smooth. Someone throws a rock in there and ripples are created. You're looking at your reflection and your reflection look normal, but all of a sudden your reflection looks like blah, right? Like it's all ripply. And in this metaphor, you know, a lot of times we think that, oh my God, my reflection's all messed up, and so I must not be okay, right? Like I must be like broken. Like what's gonna happen? Like my face is all weird, and then sometimes we just jump into the pond and we try and smooth the water down, you know, all of which obviously makes it less likely that the water's gonna calm down. Whereas if we just sit there and we watch, and we just wait for the ripples to die down, we know they're going to come back to normal, and we know that we're okay. We know that this distorted image we're seeing as the waves ripple the water isn't us. We know that's just the waves rippling. So in this, like, the way that relates is we are watching our psyche, we're watching our energy, we're watching our heart, right? Our feelings, our emotions, and something gets dropped into them, right? Whether it's whatever it is from the outside world, because we can't control the outside world. So we better be okay with whatever happens in it, right? Because otherwise, if things just have to be exactly the way we want them to be for us to be happy, we're never going to be happy. So a rock drops in, whatever it is, this thing that disturbs our energy, disturbs our psyche, disturbs our emotions. Rather than jumping in and trying to smooth it, trying to do something to smooth it down, or freaking out because our face looks weird, we sit back and we just watch the ripples, right? And let it calm down by itself. And that was the first thing that really, like recently, I really